You know what's hilarious? We live in a world where you can order a pizza, binge-watch entire TV series, and scroll through endless entertainment, all without even standing up. And we wonder why we feel so miserable and weak. The truth is, our obsession with comfort is destroying our mental toughness. And the Stoics? Oh, they'd be rolling their eyes so hard they'd sprain their necks. But here's the thing. The Stoics believed that indulging in constant pleasure makes you weak, unprepared for the real challenges of life. So how did they build unbreakable discipline? And more importantly, how can you? Let's get into it. The problem with pleasure? All right, let's get straight to it. Our modern world is designed to make everything as easy as possible. Food? Click a button. Entertainment? Tap a screen. Motivation? Oh, just watch a 2-minute video of someone yelling at you to grind harder. But here's the catch. The more you give in to these endless pleasures, the more your mind becomes a soft, spoiled brat. You get used to the dopamine hits, the quick rewards, the zero-effort satisfaction. And the worst part? You start confusing comfort with happiness. The Stoics saw pleasure not as something evil, but as something dangerous when overindulged. Seneca himself said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." And trust me, our cravings today make ancient Rome look like a monastery. The Stoic approach to discipline. So, what did the Stoics do differently? They trained their minds to be strong by intentionally exposing themselves to discomfort. You see, they didn't just talk about resilience, they lived it. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. The guy was literally the emperor of Rome. He could have had a life of pure luxury, but instead he'd sleep on the floor and practice self-denial just to remind himself that comfort was a luxury, not a necessity. Talk about hardcore. Then there's Epictetus, a man born into slavery who became one of the greatest Stoic philosophers of all time. His entire philosophy was built on the idea that you can't control what happens to you, only how you respond. And how do you strengthen that response? By training yourself to endure hardship, not avoid it. Their point was simple. If you want to be mentally strong, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because life isn't always kind. It's not always fair. And if you're not prepared, it will crush you. Why pleasure makes you weak. Okay, so what's the big deal about pleasure? Why is it such a problem? Well, the more you indulge in comfort, the more intolerant you become of discomfort. It's like training your brain to be weak. You become easily frustrated, easily bored, easily broken. Seneca put it best when he said, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." Meaning, we chase pleasure as if we have all the time in the world, but panic at the slightest sign of discomfort. Worse, we start thinking we deserve comfort all the time, and when life throws something difficult at us, we collapse because we haven't built the mental muscles to handle pain, hardship, or just plain boredom. Stoic discipline. So, how do you actually build this unbreakable discipline the Stoics were famous for? Here's the secret. You have to practice voluntary discomfort. 1. Do hard things on purpose. Take cold showers, exercise when you don't feel like it, fast occasionally, walk instead of driving. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's uncomfortable. And no, I'm not saying you should live like a caveman. But by choosing discomfort, you train your brain to be resilient. 2. delayed gratification. The Stoics believed that mastering your desires was the key to freedom. So, whenever you feel the urge to indulge in something, try delaying it. Not forever, just enough to prove to yourself that you're in control, not your cravings. 3. Embrace challenges. Instead of avoiding what's hard, tackle it head-on. Remember, your brain is like a muscle. The more you push it, the stronger it gets. 4. Practice negative visualization. One of the most powerful Stoic exercises. Imagine losing everything you care about. Not to be miserable, but to appreciate what you have and realize that you can survive even if it all disappears. It's like fear-proofing your mind. The modern-day trap. But here's the problem. Modern society is designed to seduce you into comfort. Apps, algorithms, ads, all of them engineered to keep you addicted to pleasure, and the more you consume, the weaker you get. The Stoics would look at us now and wonder how we got so soft, why we've become slaves to our own desires. And the sad part? We celebrate it like it's some kind of achievement. If you really want to be strong, truly strong, then you have to stop letting pleasure control you. Comfort is not your friend, it's a trap. And the more you avoid discomfort, the weaker you become. So try it. Do hard things. Choose discomfort over ease. Build that mental muscle the Stoics believed was more valuable than gold, because when life hits you with something brutal, and it will, you'll be ready. And not just ready, you'll be unbreakable. Want me to make this script sound even more engaging and funny in your signature Dinzo-like style? Also, should I add more real-life examples and practical advice to make it even better?